What's up guys? So in today's video we have a very fun deck to go over. It's going to be the Dragonmaid DPE deck. It's going to revolve around the Dragonmaid-To-Order structure deck, and of course there's going to be more cards you're going to have to craft and come up with to make it work the way it's going to work in this video, and I'll be going over the deck list and all that later. So first and foremost, this deck is great for beginners that are going to want to learn the ins and outs to special summoning, fusion summoning, and link summoning. But it's also going to be really good for veterans that are wanting to, kind of sit back, have a good casual gaming experience, not having to do a 30-minute first turn combo, but still having an inboard with interruptions to play with going into the opponent's turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over the deck list. I'm going to show you a few combos that you need to know with Dragonmaids to be able to help you set up for your own inboards. And then I'm going to show you some gameplay of me personally using it. So without that being said, let's get right into the video. Alright, so let's go over this deck list real quick. We're going to run one Black Metal Dragon, one Nurse Dragonmaid, 3 copies of Ash Blossom, 3 copies of the Kitchen Dragonmaid, 3 copies of Parlor Dragonmaid, 1 Denier, 3 copies of the Chamber Dragonmaid, 1 Dasher, 1 Dragonmaid Ernus, 2 copies of Noctovision Dragon, 1 of the Dragonmaid Tinkhec, 1 Dragonmaid Lorpar, 1 copy of Red Eyes Darkness Metal, a Harpies Feather Duster, 2 copies of Fusion Destiny, 3 copies of Dragonmaid Hospitality, 1 Dragonmaid Changeover, 2 copies of World Legacy, 2 copies of Called by the Grave, 2 Forbidden Droplets, 3 copies of Impermanence, as well as 2 copies of Tidying. Now when we get to our extra deck, we're going to run 1 DPE, 2 copies of the House Dragonmaid, 2 copies of Sheou, 2 Striker Dragons, 3 copies of Spheres, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 IP Masquerena, 1 Anaconda, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, and of course 1 Access Code Talker. So to build this deck properly, you're going to need to get 3 copies of the structured deck Dragonmaid-To-Order and pair it along with 510 UR, 90 SR, or 210 R. Now off to the right of the screen, I will have it listed of all the cards that are not included in the structure deck itself. Now with that being said, let's head on to the combos. So for this combo, we'll be using the Parlor Dragonmaid as well as Black Metal Dragon to give us a Sheou. We're going to start off by summoning the Black Metal Dragon. We'll link off into the Striker Dragon. And then by effect, we'll be able to search for the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon to add it to our hand. We will then special summon the Red Eyes Darkness by banishing the Striker Dragon. And by effect, we'll be able to special summon the Parlor Dragonmaid. And we will activate the effect so we can mill the Dragonmaid Changeover into the graveyard. Then by effect, we'll be able to bounce back the Parlor Dragonmaid to add Changeover to our hand. Now normally, seeing as you may not have the Dragonmaid Tinkhec or the Dragonmaid Lorpar in hand at the moment, you would then activate Dragonmaid Changeover to summon Sheou by using the Parlor Dragonmaid and Red Eyes Darkness Metal. Then of course, we'll have Sheou on the board, giving us 3,500 attack, the pop and negate, as well as tagging out with the House Dragonmaid, or special summoning the level 9 or lower Dragonmaid from your hand or graveyard during each standby phase. Now if I want to keep this combo going, I could then activate Fusion Destiny to bring my DPE out onto the field. Giving us an extra pop effect. Alright, so for this combo, it's going to be very similar to the last one where we use the Parlor Dragonmaid and Black Metal Dragon to make a Sheou, but in this combo, we're going to be using the Chamber Dragonmaid along with the Black Metal Dragon. So first, you want to summon your Black Metal Dragon, then link off into Striker Dragon, which by effect will allow us to add a Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon to our hand. You then want to special summon the Red Eyes Darkness by banishing the Striker Dragon. And by Red Eyes' effect, we'll be able to special summon the Chamber Dragonmaid, using the effect to add Changeover to our hand. There, of course, you just activate Changeover and special summon your Sheou. Alright, so for this combo, we're going to be utilizing the Chamber Dragonmaid, the Parlor Dragonmaid, and Red Eyes Darkness Metal to give us a Heavenly Spheres and DPE. Now I'm going to go a little bit slower on this one since it's a little more intricate. So first you want to start by summoning the Chamber Dragonmaid, which is going to allow us to get Hospitality. From there we want to activate Hospitality to bring out the Parlor Dragonmaid. From there, we're going to activate the effect to send Tidying. And then we're going to link off the Parlor Dragonmaid and the Chamber Dragonmaid into spheres. We're then going to use Tidying. Going to banish to bring out one of the Dragonmaids that we sent earlier. From there, we're going to special summon the Red Eyes Darkness Metal by banishing the Chamber Dragonmaid. And we will use Red Eyes' special effect to bring out the other Parlor Dragonmaid, which we will then link off into Anaconda. We'll then use Anaconda's effect. We're going to pay 2,000 life points. We're going to send Fusion Destiny to the graveyard, allowing us to bring out DPE by also sending Denier and Dasher. So we now have our DPE, will allow us to pop a card on our side of the field as well on the opponent's side of the field. Normally you just pop Anaconda, and then you have the Seal of the Heavenly Spheres, which is once per turn if this card is in the extra monster zone, which it is. You can tribute one monster from the hand or field, return one face-up card on the field to the hand. If this card is tributed, which normally you would pop itself, you can special summon one dragon monster from your hand or deck, but make its attack or defense 0, which would be perfectly fine because normally you'd want to do that so you can use the effects of the Dragonmaid monsters. Now for this combo, we'll be using the Kitchen Dragonmaid, the Chamber Dragonmaid, and World Legacy Guardragon to give us a Sheou plus a level 8 Dragonmaid. So first you're going to start off by summoning the Kitchen Dragonmaid. And by using its effect, you want to add a level 8 Dragonmaid to your hand. And then you will send the Chamber Dragonmaid to the graveyard. And then you'll use World Legacy to bring the Chamber Dragonmaid back onto the field. Special summon, and by effect, we will be adding a Changeover from the deck to our hand, which we can then activate. And we'll be special summoning our Sheou using the Kitchen Dragonmaid and Lorpar. And now you have your Sheou, which is going to give you 3,500 attack, 2,000 defense. It's going to give you the negate and pop effect, as well as tagging it out with the House Dragonmaid. And then during your opponent's start of the battle phase, due to effect, at the start of the battle phase, you can return this card, being the Chamber Dragonmaid, to the hand. And if you do special, summon one level 7 or higher Dragonmaid. So then it will tap out and bring the Lorpar Dragonmaid onto the field. Now, if you wanted to keep this going with the hand that we have, we can always use Fusion Destiny. Special summon DPE by sending Dasher and Denier to the graveyard. So now you have another pop ability, and you could use World Legacy Guardragon as your pop material. So then I would just set my Infinite Impermanence and end my turn. For this combo, we'll be utilizing the Black Metal Dragon to give us a Heavenly Spheres on the board. You're going to start out by summoning Black Metal Dragon. Then you're going to link off into Striker Dragon. Then, using Black Metal Dragon's effect in the graveyard, you're going to add the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon to your hand. From there, you're going to special summon it by banishing the Striker Dragon. Then you'll be able to use this effect to special summon one dragon monster from your hand or graveyard. Or so you're going to bring back the Black Metal Dragon. And then you will link off into Spheres. Now, Spheres is once per turn, or once per opponent's turn, if this card is in the extra monster zone, which it is. Quick effect, you'll be able to tribute one monster from your hand or the field and return one face-up card on the field to the hand. If this card is tributed, special summon one dragon monster from your hand or deck and make its attack or defense 0. You can only use this effect of Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres once per turn. So basically meaning you could pop itself and return a card to the hand and then special summon a monster from your hand or deck. Now normally this would be the combo we'd be using here, but since we do have Dragonmaid Changeover in the hand, if we wanted to go even further, we could activate and special summon a Dragonmaid Sheou using the Noctovision Dragon and the Dragonmaid Tinkhec in our hands. With Sheou, we now have 3,500 attack and 2,000 defense on the field. If a card effect is activated, if it is a spell, trap, or monster card, Sheou can negate and pop that card. And then it would tag itself out with the House Dragonmaid. And also at the beginning of the standby phase, you can special summon one level 9 or lower Dragonmaid monster from your hand or graveyard. Now with this combo, I'm just going to be showing you a very quick example on how to use Parlor Dragonmaid to give you a DPE. So say for instance, all these other cards in your hand were spell cards, trap cards, something that you really could not use. So this is how you would do that. You're going to normal summon Parlor Dragonmaid. By effect, you're going to send Tidying to the graveyard. From there, you want to go to Striker Dragon. And then you want to use Tidying to bring the Parlor Dragonmaid back out onto the field. You would then link off into Anaconda. And by effect, you will pay 2,000 life points to send Fusion Destiny along with Denier and Dasher to the graveyard to summon your DPE. Now you have your pop from DT. You can use the Predator Anaconda to pop with, and you can send one of your opponent's cards to the graveyard. Alright guys, so as always, I hope you enjoyed the Dragonmaid DPE deck guide. I know as soon as I started using this deck, I fell in love with it. It's a lot of fun. I'm not having to do 10-minute first turn combos to try to get it inboard. And you know, if you just want a good, chill, relaxing game sesh, the Dragonmaid DPE is just right for you. Let me know in the comments below how you like the deck, how you like the deck guide, if there's anything else you'd like to see, or if there's more structured decks that you'd like for me to go over and try to come up with deck guides for. Other than that, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.